Hello and welcome back. It's Throm Builds here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Star Wars, the best MOCs and the best MOC builders in the space. Of course, I'm not going to be able to cover everyone in today's video, but I hope that this is a good overview and just highlights some great individual builders. The very few considerations that we're going to take into account in this video is going to be build style, parts used, minifigure and part selection, and colors. And of course, it's not about using the most rare minifigures, it's just about how you use your figures. I've even seen brick build figures that end up looking better than the best custom figures in certain MOCs. We've got a ton of creators to get through today, so let's get into it. The first creator we're going to talk about today is Cody, and Cody has really built a following off of original Trilogy Star Wars MOCs, staying really true to scenes to recreate them in Lego form. The MOCs we're looking at right here is a Star Destroyer hangar and then the Rebel base on Yavin 4, full of characters. I really like all of the minifigures that he put into these MOCs. And if you scroll through his page, you'll actually get a really accurate scene for scene shot of most of the Star Wars movies. This scene, of course, is from Return of the Jedi, but I believe he's almost done the full original trilogy at this point. And the biggest thing about Cody is all of his MOCs are in the modern Lego style. The second builder on today's list is Kalin, and Kalin is an absolute classic Lego beast. Every single MOC I've seen by this dude is phenomenal. We got Luke's land speeder, a classic scout trooper on a speeder bike, classic droid on the Stap speeder, and then of course, classic Luke's land speeder. Even Kalin built it twice. But you can't really beat it with the solid gold C-3PO next to it. And Kalin's even got some love for the sequels, Rey on her classic speeder. And this has to be hands down the best skiff guard MOC I've ever seen. Our next builder is Jurgen out of Germany. Jurgen specializes in building super large scale MOCs of ships and actually came out with a UCS style Razor Crest before the set was ever released, including the Blurg. Here's a couple of the large scale ships that Jurgen has worked on. He's also done work with Brick Vault. The Mining Guild TIE Fighter in my collection that is minifigure scale is from Brick Vault, but designed by him. But he also does these larger than minifigure scale figures and then builds the ship that goes with them. Our next builder is Sean Brick Sheepa, the best creature or monster builder I've ever seen. Everything here is brick built, so he uses pieces in unique ways, but he's built things like Bantha, the Wampa, and then he's also done Jabba and the Palace. And there's just something a little weirdly charming about the brick-built Jabba. And Sai Snoodles is another great build. And I love seeing all of these minifigures together. Sticking with the modern theme, our next builder is Anthony. Bill's Bricks is a Lego artist and render artist, which is what I imagine allows him to build these fantastic MOCs before actually putting them into brick version. Here's a Jedi Temple MOC that he sold acrylic cases, instructions, and printed tiles for. Here's Princess Amidala on Theed, and here's Aayla Secura on Felucia. Of course, they're renders, but the lighting, colors, parts used, everything is there for these MOCs. Our next builder is Star Wars Cam, or Cam. Cam has a really unique build, showcasing scenes, ships, characters that might otherwise not get touched by Lego. The angles and areas that he's able to tile off with Lego are super impressive and totally that of UCS scale. And there we've got a UCS Slave 1 cockpit piece. Here is a destroyed Jedi Interceptor, super clever. And then we've got a beautiful sequel, classic trilogy build. And then we've got a classic Mandalorian Starfighter build. And these are utilizing those old grays. I think Cam's style overall is just really unique. The next builder on our list is Malin, a Star Wars builder out of Europe and the founder of the Dark Times RPG, which boasts Star Wars collaboration MOCs on a huge scale. Galen takes great photography in addition to his builds, and one thing that majorly stands out to me is the lighting. Like most everyone outside of the classic builders on this list, Malin tiles everything off, but his lighting is just super phenomenal. The next builder on our list is Jason, aka Brickstop, and I have to say this is one of the most talented builders I've ever seen. Creating his MOCs digitally and selling the instructions, he stays true to classic LEGO style and renders Star Wars, Pirates, Adventure, System, Western Knights, you name it, all other real and imagined LEGO themes. Within all of his MOCs, he uses real colors, figures, pieces that probably would have been used at the time, so when you see the rendered images, they seem like an almost forgotten childhood. Almost all of them seem like real sets that could have released, but specifically the recent Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones MOCs have been really astonishing, and I really want to build them soon. Hachiro or Chima is our next builder from Spain. He is a fantastic LEGO designer and LEGO YouTuber. The MOC series that really caught my eye with Chima, though, was when he recreated all of the LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga loading scenes out into real LEGO. But he's also a very talented builder in so many other themes, and here's a quote directly from him. A few months ago, I started a series of videos building chibi or super deformed versions of Star Wars ships inspired by the Slave One from the Cloud City set, and it's been really fun to build them because I can put all the detail I want on them and still have playable functions. Dayton or Odyssey builds or classic minifigs, whatever you call him, is up next. Dayton is a really talented LEGO designer and custom pad printed minifigure creator from Australia. And for each new minifigure he releases, he does a vignette post that features the figure or sometimes products. And even just the super simple backgrounds always have great parts usage and look really clean. I particularly love his Theed Palace MOC on Naboo, the Imperial Invasion, and I have to give a quick shout out to his impressive Tartovsky Clone Wars minifigures. The next builder on our list is Rebel Punk, self-defined punk rocker and LEGO mocker. DR is the champion of playscale land speeder and speeder bikes. They have built so many land speeders and I've yet to see one that didn't look good. They usually go for the tiled off look in most areas and pull from both real speeders that exist in the Star Wars media while also pulling from their own creativity and creating new ones. Some of my favorite posts of DRs are the hangars that he creates, filled with speeders, fun characters, and hidden details for you to scroll through. The next builder on our list is Matt or Classic Bricks, and his style is what I wish LEGO would release as 18 plus sets. He is a brick vault designer and he manages to perfectly recreate all of the angles of ships while also keeping in mind minifigure scale and color, which if you're a classic builder is something you totally have to do with your gray and your browns. And it's honestly not the most fun to work with because if you've used those colors, you know that you don't get them in usually in the right colors from Bricklink orders, and that brown is super brittle and breaks. And yet he's taken it and built the coolest 74Z speeder bike used by the Empire. And then he also has already built a classic Imperial dropship transport from the Andor series. The next builder on our list is Daniel or Nostalgic Brick Studios. And Daniel has built the armies of your childhood dreams, or at least mine. And I don't just mean that he's created large-scale Star Wars MOCs. I mean he's created MOCs with hundreds of Phase 1 clone troopers, blue super battle droids, the classic sand red droids, all out. He also designed the Brick Vault homing spider droid, and he's got a lot of MOCs under his belt from Geonosis to Endor. Our next builder up is Solid Brick Studio, or David. David Hall is one of the builders that actually got me back into LEGO, specifically the LEGO Star Wars community. So immediately special thank you and shout out to him. But not only is he a special and unique builder to me, but I think most of the community would agree that David is one of the absolute top level best Star Wars MOC builders to date. He's built so many large scale MOCs to count, all of them being so large they wouldn't fit in my office, all while putting out consistent good LEGO content for everyone to enjoy. One thing that really stands out to me with David's builds are his foliage. I really like the plants, trees, everything he does to make his planets come to life. The next builder on our list is Aiden Bricks, or Matteo. He is a builder out of Italy, and I believe I started following Aiden because of his Book of Boba Fett MOCs. Aiden really does a nice job with his creatures, as well as his buildings, flooring, especially on Tatooine. All of the Book of Boba Fett MOCs really stand out to me with great building and floor work. And Aiden has done a really great job recreating many scenes from recent Star Wars media like Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, The Mandalorian, and I'm really excited to see what he builds from the recent Mandalorian season. Aiden, I'm hoping for an episode 1 brawl of the beasts versus all of the Mandalorian. Next up on our list is another big name, Coconut Brick Studios. Some of these bigger names, I could do a full video just on their MOCs, so I'm gonna keep it pretty short. The scale and level and details that he's able to put into these MOCs are super impressive. On his YouTube channel, he also does a lot of limited time building challenges that show off his building skills. The very last builder on our list today RichBoyJAY. Jay has to be one of my absolute favorite YouTubers. Not only does he seem like a funny guy to hang out with, Jay is also one of the most talented builders I've seen in the community. His Starkiller mock is so impressive that the photos aren't even going to begin to do it justice. He's also designed Republic gunship designs for the community, and I'm most excited to see how Camino turns out. Jay also built a UCS AT-AT before the actual one came out. His was made 6 years ago, and then he made a Scarif version out of it as well. Doubly impressive with the huge orange section that he sculpts so well out of Lego. Thank you so much for watching. Again, the point of this video was just to highlight some of the best builders in the LEGO Star Wars community. That's the best part of this, is the community keeps growing. So I'm hoping and sure I missed some. Comment who's missing from the list, and thank you so much. It's been Thrawn Builds.